Larry, Los Angeles, the great KBC. Quickly, go.
Hi, Mark. America has been stuck on stupid for the past 10 years, primarily because of the failed Bush tax cuts, which have seen 0 jobs created. For some reason, you Republicans have been advocating extend those failed tax cuts, those voodoo tax cuts. And when they did, you claimed that it was going to actually cause jobs to be created.
Well, it actually did. And as a matter of fact, not only do I support the Bush tax cuts, I don't think they went far enough. I think all the parasites should be pulled from the public teeth. I think all the people who are benefiting from the welfare state, many of them should be thrown off the... I want to hold on to you, Larry. Many of them have no moral right to my income either. But let's have this discussion, Larry. This is good. We'll be right back. Let's go back to our friend Larry in Los Angeles, KBC. So, Larry, I'm just curious, what do you do? Are you allowed to tell me?
No, I'm not. I don't trust Republicans.
Now you sound like an ass. Did you want to have a discussion or not?
It has nothing to do with what I do.
I get it. You know what? I'm going to talk to you a second. Guys like you don't trust Republicans who make a broad statement like that. Do you realize how stupid you sound?
They give us
when you came on the air, Genius, and you announced everything you announced, and you were going to say, I was prepared to have a discussion with you. Here's what you do. On that first Wednesday in November, right? You go to the voting place where you vote. All right? Bye-bye. Obviously, it's the first Tuesday, but we want to make sure Larry shows up just outside the nick of time. I don't trust Republicans. I'm guessing that somehow he's on the federal dole. That's why he didn't want to reveal himself to me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I start from a very basic proposition, that my property belongs to me and your property belongs to you. That I work to sustain myself and my family, pursuing my own interests and desires, as you do. And yet I have a feeling that you and I are helping to pay for Larry and other people who think that somehow they have a God-given right to your labor. That's one angry man there. I don't trust Republicans. What do you do? What does that have to do with trusting Republicans? But there are people out there, and there are millions of them, that think that they have an ownership right to what you produce. When you go to work every day, or when you save, or when you purchase an asset, that somehow they not only have an ownership right in what you have created, what you have purchased, in your property, what you have earned through your own hard work, but that they have a right to tell you how to live. What kind of house you can have, what kind of car you can have, what kind of food you can eat, what temperature should be in your house, the light bulbs and everything else. This is the mindset. It is utterly totalitarian. Larry is totalitarian. What are the Bush tax cuts? Let's even put Bush's name aside. Tax cuts? How can it possibly be that tax rates that were put in place in 2001 and 2003, frankly, are still spoken about as tax cuts? It's the tax rate that we each pay. We haven't had tax rate cuts in over 8 years. And yet they still keep calling them the Bush tax cuts. They are the tax rates we pay. And the totalitarians, they speak this way. So at all times they are claiming that they have a right to more and more of your labor, more and more of the property and wealth that you have earned for yourself and your family. Larry thinks he has a God-given right to steal from you because he's been told that since he was 5 years old. He's been told that in school. He's been told that in whatever it is that he does now, which he would not reveal. Liberty creates not only a healthy, vibrant, happy society, which is crucial, it creates prosperity. And it creates prosperity for more and more people. Larry, Obama, Dick Durbin and so forth, they don't believe in the American dream. They believe in big government. Big government's not part of the American dream. Limited constitutional government is what enables the individual to make something of him or herself. Now, the Bush tax cuts, where the upper rate is, 36%? The Reagan tax cuts had the top rate at 28%. So there we have a huge increase from 28 to 35 or 36%, and we're told that Bush tax rate, well, that's way too low. It'll always be too low for the left. And it's not just the top rate. As I said, they're coming after you too. Here we have a phony jobs bill, and throughout this bill, more and more regulations. And that's for you. All of us. But I want to remind people who didn't live through the period, who have been brainwashed throughout school and listen to the media and the hack politicians and morons like Larry, if that is his name. In 1981, yes, a long time ago, 30 years ago, when the economy was reeling from double-digit interest rates, double-digit unemployment rates, and double-digit inflation rates, Reagan pushed the passage of the Kemp-Roth bill, and it cut individual federal income tax brackets by 25% across the board, phased in over 3 years, and indexed to the rate of inflation to prevent creeping bracket increases in future years. It was revolutionary. Absolutely revolutionary. And he was fought tooth and nail by the same forces who don't believe in liberty and private property rights. And by the way, when we talk about increased taxation, we're talking about strangers taking money from you and your family because they claim they have the right to do it. It's not for some noble purpose. It's not for some compassionate purpose. Obama is trying to punish people and punish industries with your money. Now, the act also instituted the accelerated cost recovery system and a 10% investment tax credit. That led to a substantial increase in capital formation. Not only that, money from other countries was flooding into this country. The goal was to create incentives by removing significant government barriers to investment, productivity, and growth. This is out of Liberty and Tyranny. The result, inflation dropped from 13.5% in 1980 to 4.1% in 1988. Interest rates dropped from 18% on a 30-year fixed mortgage in 1981 to 8% in 1987. And by the way, these rates we have today that are artificially low, that is extremely dangerous. But that for another day. Unemployment dropped from 10% in the recession of 81-82 to 5.5% in 1989 once the full force of the tax cuts kicked in. Now, I want you to listen to this. The Reagan economic program, based largely on free market principles, spurred economic prosperity that created over the next 25 years, right into the Clinton administration, 43 million jobs and $30 trillion in wealth. You got that? 43 million jobs over a quarter of a century and $30 trillion in wealth. It is the longest period of prosperity in American history. And they attack it. Do you want to know why they attack it? Or even Bush's tax cuts? They attack it because they're attacking liberty. They attack it because they're attacking individual independence. In other words, they're attacking our system, our society. our founding. That's what they mean by fundamental transformation. They don't give a damn how many jobs are created when you unleash the capitalist system. They reject the capitalist system. They don't give a damn if they're violating the Constitution. They reject the Constitution. They're out to remake America, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what you're going through right now. And so what? If it costs a few million jobs, a few million homes, and even in health care, what the hell? Even some lives, so be it. Because they know that they have the answer. The fundamental transformation. Now, they don't know where they're going with this stuff. They don't know where the final place is, but it really doesn't matter. And they're going to use the force of government to drag us all with them. That's what they're up to. You could hear it in Larry's voice. I don't trust the Republicans. Can you imagine police power in Larry's hands? What he might do with it? Oh, it's scary. It's very scary. Mr. Callspringer, do we have a liberal up there? All the lines are full. Okay, well, you know the rule. Clean one out and have a liberal line up there. It's easy to get a lot of supporters and so forth, but we're looking for Larrys out there because I want to expose the nation to the genius that is the left. I don't trust Republicans. But understand what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't merely a political struggle. These people have designs on your life, your lifestyle, and that of your family, particularly your children and grandchildren. They want to make decisions that are harmful and destructive of your way of life. And that's exactly what's going on. And many of you listening to me are living this. You're experiencing this misery. And I am sorry. Because this doesn't have to happen. This need not be. What we're going through right now is a present to you from the left. It doesn't have to be this way. And they can keep up with their class warfare, how they're for the little guy. Oh, you little guys and gals out there, how you doing? How you doing with all this slobbering compassion from your government and the political hacks who keep promoting more and more of it?